Rape is a serious crime that should involve serious charges when found guilty. But what about when someone allegedly lies about being raped? Unfortunately, that happens, and the end result is a loss of time for police, prosecutors, and for the men jailed needlessly. Tonight, the story of one Terre Haute man falsely accused and a closer look at how authorities deal with these cases.
Yeah.
29-year-old Charles Wallace of Terre Haute describes himself as a family man, the proud father of 3 young children. But Charles says that family was taken away from him in January of last year when police arrested him on rape charges, a crime he says he never committed.
I mean, as bad as it was, all I did was cheat on my girlfriend, and same thing the other girl did. And instead of admitting that to her husband, you know, she goes and comes out with that outlandish story like this, and I get my life ruined for it.
Charles was arrested, his mugshot put on TV. He was fired from his job, then spent 3 months in the Vigo County Jail. He says it was a consensual relationship with a woman who eventually lied to police and cried rape. The Vigo County Prosecutor's Office and the Sheriff's Department investigated the case but found no evidence to support it. Charges were ultimately dropped. A memory of freedom that still brings tears.
I didn't even think twice about it. I just grabbed my paperwork and I ran. I literally ran as fast as I could. And I made it to about 7th and Hallman before she picked me up. And I'm still shaking because it was scary.
I mean, it happens all the time. People twist things in their favor.
Vigo County Prosecutor Terry Modisett says they have to depend on the credibility of the victim to protect that victim first and foremost. But he says often with domestic cases, stories change and charges don't hold. And sometimes that takes weeks or even months to prove. A lose-lose situation for police, the suspect, and ultimately those who are truly victims.
It's very frustrating to us to think if someone really would be lying or make this up or trying to cover up for themselves because what happened, because it's total waste of our time, the police's time. And you are right in that one of the biggest concerns I have is then the next legitimate victim, the jury's very skeptical because they heard on the news about this story. And so it puts those people in jeopardy now of not being able to obtain justice for the crime that's committed against them.
After the charges were dropped, Charles Wallace was reunited with his family and given his job back. He says he's now working hard to make up for the thousands of dollars lost defending himself and for the lost time with his loved ones.
Charles had a felony record at the time of this false accusation, and he thinks it's that old record that may have contributed to his quick arrest. Now, the prosecutor reminds us that for every one person whose charges are dropped, like this case, there are hundreds of others rightfully found guilty. Now, in the weather department,